This is Grace's write-up. This is Grace's write-up. We're gonna read through this introduction. Right, that's it, guys. Thank you for reading the report with me. No, introduction. In 1990, we're already 3 pages in. This is going to be really quick. In 1998, Racoon City was devastated by a massive outbreak caused by a viral leak from the pharmaceutical giant Umbrella. The United States government responded by launching a missile strike to wipe out the infected and erected a blockade to seal off the city. In 2004, following a court trial, the Umbrella Corporation declared bankruptcy. A complete account of the events was never released. However, in October 2026, it was rediscovered. Imagine that fucking... How long did that guy say? 28, 26? How many years later? However, in 2026, it was discovered that the city had been used as a hub for the production and trafficking of bioweapons. This report reveals that the established narrative of the Racoon City incident was falsified and elucidates newly discovered truths surrounding the incident. I've never heard of that word before, elucidates. I know what it means, but like, I've never heard dates on the end of it. Her name is Amanda Huggin Kiss? What? Huggakit? Can we get someone else to read this? 1968. To properly understand the truth, we must first go back to the beginning of it all. In 1968, Oswell E. Spencer, James Marcus, and Edward Ashford founded the Umbrella Corporation. Having witnessed the horrors of the Second World War and the dread of the Cold War, Spencer felt a sense of despair at watching the world repeat the same mistakes. He felt it was his duty to bring about change to humanity. There he is. Wondering why they haven't cracked the mere winters for... connections, but Victor mentioned connections, or was it Zeno mentioned connections? Somebody mentioned, I think it was Zeno. Zeno mentioned connections, but I thought that's who Chris worked for. Did Chris not work for it? Did Chris not work for it? Ah, fuck. Zeno worked at the connections. Ah, fuck me. Honestly, Jesus, I'm fucking confused. As stated in court records following the Racoon City incident, his ultimate goal was to bring about the viral evolution of the human race. Thus, he relentlessly pursued virus research through illegal and inhumane means. This fact remains unchanged. Just works for the counter-terrorism thingy. The connections are a different thing. 1970s. Oh, we're just generalising now, entire decades. That's nice. From the very beginning of Umbrella, the company faced rapid change and intense internal strife, most notably the sharp ideological divide between Spencer and Marcus. According to the court records, this conflict was cited as the primary factor leading to the unusual developments which followed. In 78, James Marcus developed the T virus, which would go on to become the cause of the subsequent outbreak. I pressed F. Alright. 80s. This is a crucial period for the understanding the basis of what caused the incident and the truth behind the entire case. Spencer's influence and the ARC's establishment. Spencer used internal politics to have Marcus demoted, absorbing T-virus research into a facility under his own control. From then on, Umbrella began to actively research and develop bioweapons under Spencer's leadership. Interesting. The underground facility known as ARC, which it was discovered during the recent events, originally served as the administrative centre of Umbrella's research. Several documents outlining Spencer's plan for ARC have also been discovered. We didn't find those last 2 documents actually, now I think about it, have we? No, I've seen your message in Discord. I just find it funny. and coincidental that the moment George brings up Silksong, you've started talking. But I'm willing to just take it as a coincidence. Take it as a coincidence. That's why he was there. Oh, it was Lucas Baker. That's who you were talking. That's why it came up. Lucas Baker was working with them. I remember you saying that now. I got Spidey sense. You definitely do, man. You definitely do. But Umbrella invented tuberculosis. Absolutely. I observed from confiscated records. Long-term strategic review. 1980 0422. Arc-centric integrated research roadmap. Step 1, concentrated investment into Wesker's plan and the T-virus. Step 2, establishment of Arc as a central command center. Step 3, development of Elpis. Step 4, memory transfer and forced evolution. This is the first recorded instance of a significant keyword, Elpis. I wish university essays could be like this. That on an entire page. Nice one, Grace. You're gonna get fired. They could have solved cancer, but they do this all, or do all this shit. Well, who knows? Who fucking knows? They're probably doing it in real life, to be honest. Connections involvement. The following documents regard Marcus's involvement were also discovered. Excerpt for confiscated records, recipient of donation 86018. Recipient James Marcus, sender F Foundation. F Foundation? Amount 30 million. This document shows a suspicious flow of funds being channeled to Marcus. Past FBI investigations revealed that the source of the funds, the F Foundation, was just one of the puppet organisations of the Connections. F Foundation no longer exists. The Connections is a criminal organisation. Here we go, Ness. Here we go. Here we go. Hydrate. Thank you, Grub. Thank you, Grub King. The Connections is a criminal organisation that various government agencies have been sounding the alarm against for years. This illicit group is at the heart of all of this. Evidence suggests that the Connections sought involvement with Umbrella's central operations. Additional documents belong to the protege of Marcus, Brandon Bailey, have been uncovered. Additional documents. This is some fourth dimension shit you're pulling, George. I'm so confused. Excerpt of confiscated. Naughty little secrets. Naughty little secrets. Excerpt from confiscated records. Telegraph log 1988. Sender Brandon Bailey, recipient F Foundation. Preparations are complete. I think it's time they made contact with me directly, don't you? I await a response. This indicates that Bailey took over correspondence with the Connections, succeeding Marcus. Bailey was rumoured to be the founder of Connections. He may have only been a small cog in the larger machine. We now believe the Connections has had deep roots in the criminal underworld since before the 1980s. Much about Connections remains unknown. Tell me fucking about it. Spencer's Purge. In order for Spencer to obtain complete control over Umbrella, he used force to deal with any internal opposition and influential adversaries. A list of these individuals, seemingly prepared by an associate of Spencer's, was recently discovered. Except for the confiscated record re-evaluation list. Following the CEO's re-evaluation protocol, measures will be taken against these individuals. Cheryl Moore, Michael Kramer, James Marcus. Kramer sounds like the guy in Resi 4. Jack Kramer? You're getting better at reading. You do about 7 to 8 words, and now all in a 1990s. Here we go. During this period, Umbrella continued to grow and expand through ties with the government. The organisation became so large that Spencer could no longer fully control it. Numerous accidents plagued Umbrella facilities around the world as a result of poor management. Furthermore, information was being leaked to rival organisations and the connections due to moles who had infiltrated the company. We're nearly halfway. Yet despite the circumstances, Spencer was able to thoroughly protect and complete his research at ARC. The research? Elpis. While most records regarding Elpis were lost with the destruction of ARC, a precious few remain. The fuck? What the fuck is that? At last wiggle? I don't know what the fuck that means! Excerpt from confiscated records. Spencer's message 9... Oh, data missing. Try sell HCF, the family, and Umbrella. The family? Elpis shall bring it all to an end. The family. The only information leaked about Elpis was that it had the potential to upset the military balance of the entire world. However, a strictly managed password known only to Spencer was needed to access it. How does she know that that was the password? What is Elpis? Elpis is a powerful antiviral drug. However, this was unknown to those who sought it. The Connections and other black market groups mistakenly thought it to be a powerful bioweapon, the potential to control human minds. This confusion likely stemmed from the fierce competition surrounding... This song is fucking beautiful, by the way. What a great background song. Fucking love this. A whole 4-letter password. That would have been absolutely brute forced. The confusion is likely stemmed from the fierce competition surrounding the bioweapon development. It was common knowledge that Spencer, the developer of Elpis, aimed for the evolution and control of humanity through viral technology. So it was his repentance then. Completion of Elpis. I can't believe she's alive. So she's sort of like... So Leon on purpose I didn't hit any of her vitals. How do you know? She was a giant sack of fucking meat. How do you know? Oh, don't ever doubt Leon, man. Don't ever doubt Leon. Based on data taken from the confiscated records and changes in Spencer's behaviour, we believe Elpis was completed around the mid-1990s. After this really? Jesus. After this period, the record shows a marked decrease in the number of public statements from Spencer. A similar decrease in activity was also observed at the Racoon City orphanage. Disturbingly, it is suspected that the children at the orphanage had long been used for Umbrella experimentation. While Spencer frequently visited the orphanage, his records indicate he stopped in the 1990s. Furthermore, the orphanage was under the research jurisdiction of William Birkin in the late 90s. That's Sherry's dad, I believe. Birkin turned against Spencer, ultimately leading to the leak of the T virus. Why did Birkin turn against Spencer? He turned against him because he didn't... I'm confused now, because did Birkin turn against Spencer because he didn't agree with the research? Or he didn't agree with the orphanage? Or he didn't agree with the antivirus? Either way, Birkin turned into a monster. 1998, the Racoon City incident. This is Resident Evil 2. There we go. The T-virus leaked from the Umbrella research facility in Racoon City, causing an unprecedented outbreak. In response, the government decided to launch a missile strike on the city under the pretense of containing the spread. However, this is where we have been misled. The missile strike was not launched to prevent the spread of infection. A plan was formed to disrupt the relationship between the government and Umbrella and shift the blame for all illegal activities onto Spencer. Found records indicate that the Connections lobbied for the missile strike. Excerpts found confiscated records. Access log. First assembly minutes. ARC has been secured. Commence the missile strike. The blame will fall solely on Spencer. With this, Umbrella will be dismantled and will seize their asset. This is what we read. We read this in the ARC, I believe. Grubby man does whatever a grub can, spins a grub any size, catches grubs like flies. Look out, here comes Grubby Man. That was beautiful. That was beautiful. Because of that, I'm never going to play Silksong. Their goal was the acquisition of Umbrella assets, particularly the thing they believed would disrupt the world's military balance, Elpis. Shut up. Due to Bailey's involvement, the Connections were aware of Umbrella's inner workings prior to the Racoon City incident. This set them up to swiftly secure ARC before instructing the government to carry out the missile strike. After the Racoon City incident. So from that we can assume that the missile strike was specifically to hide everything. It was under the guise of we're stopping the spread of infection. After Racoon City incident, the Umbrella trials. As is well known, trials were held after the events of Racoon City incident. Testimony from Racoon City survivors, along with the evidence submitted by the Global Pharmaceutical Consortium, demonstrated the scope of Umbrella's nefarious activities even. Evidence against Spencer was presented at the trials by his subordinate, Albert Wesker. It is now evident that Wesker was linked to Tricell, which in turn had strong ties to the Connections. This is as confusing as the prophecy. Is it the prophecy or the legacy? The fucking Metal Gear Solid shit. I can't remember what that fucking square's called anymore. The prophecy? According to the wiki, apparently the family mentioned here is referring to the Baker family. The hyperlink leads it to, so that's what I assumed. Because wasn't Tricell the ones responsible for the mold? And to be honest, it's the only family that I have in my head when you bring up the family. Audio Jungle, the Redfield legacy. No. So Wesker was his subordinate. Therefore, it is highly likely that there was pressure from the government and the Connections during the trials. In 2004, following the outcome of the trials, Umbrella was forced into bankruptcy. Just as the Connections and government intended, Oswald E. Spencer was held accountable as CEO and he disappeared from public eye. It's insane that this is Grace's report for the FBI, in which she knows that the government is currently being controlled, but she's still working for the FBI, which is controlled by the government. Is this not a massive loophole? I'm not sure about Tricell, but it sounds like a RE6 thing because I don't recognise it from RE7. Tricell was, I believe Tricell was in RE5. I think, I don't remember, but I recognise the logo, but I don't know what that's from now. Acquisition of ARC. Is this just not a massive target on her head, this entire report? And also, if this report has been made now by the FBI, assuming that they aren't controlled by the government, which we all know the FBI is controlled by the government, and the government isn't being controlled by a secret underground organisation, even though we know that the government's controlled by a secret underground organisation, how is none of this like going to trial and like shutting shit down, dude? Then again, if it is a secret underground organisation, they don't know. Also, that guy just picked up a vial or something, didn't he? I already cannot wait for Resi 10. I already cannot wait for Resi 10. Acquisition of ARC. The Connections and the government seized ARC during Racoon City. The Racoon City incident. Therefore, ARC served as a base for the research development for the research, development and distribution of bioweapons. Considering no one's been to jail since the file's release, that's a very good question, Dax. It is, isn't it? Documents believed to be the transaction lists, believed to be the... Oh, fuck me! Jesus, reset! Documents believed to be transaction lists have also been seized. These list Umbrella's competitors, along with organisations that were previously found guilty of illegal activity. Unfortunately, most evidence was lost during the collapse of the Ark. Recovery efforts continue, but success is unlikely. Proliferation of bioterrorism. Following the Racoon City incident, weaponized viruses developed by Umbrella were leaked. Subsequently, incidents of bioterrorism utilizing this technology spread around the globe. Great. In 2013, President Adam Benford was assassinated in a bioterrorist attack. Intelligence agency... Is that 5? Intelligence agencies report that the president wished to reveal the full truth of the Racoon City incident. It is possible the president's... That's... What? It is possible that President Benford was privy to the facts revealed in this report. Spencer's final years. Remaining records about Spencer after the dissolution of Umbrella are scarce, but a new source of information has recently come to light. An interview conducted by Alyssa Ashcroft. It does have strong... it does feel like it's got strong influence from like real like American presidency, right? It's so weird. Despite being responsible for countless atrocities, Spencer showed some signs of remorse in this interview. That's bias. That's bias, man. Grace, you're biased. Having lost everything, he sought atonement. While Elpis is a powerful instrument that can render viral weapons inert, it also has the potential as a panacea to be used for good. It's possible that Spencer's true motivations behind Elpis were peace and redemption, but it can only be used for good because you created a problem, surely. Like, Elpis doesn't sound... But Leon said that he's felt the best that he ever has in years. Does that mean that, like, Elpis has some sort of, like, regenerative properties? Or does that mean he just feels better because of the fucking virus being removed from him? While he remained obsessed with the evolution of humanity throughout his later years, most testimonies describe him as nothing but a senile old man. Spencer died in 2006 at his secluded estate, but his true intentions behind developing Elpis will forever remain unknown. Conclusion. As we can see from the records, the Umbrella Corporation's liquidation was intentionally orchestrated by the connections and the US government. Furthermore, they were involved in the illegal development and trafficking of bioweapons in Racoon City. The extent to which past and present governments were involved requires further investigation. Much about the connections remain shrouded in mystery. Most of the records of their involvement were destroyed alongside Ark. Countless lives have been lost. As government officials, we have the duty to pursue the truth. If anything, finding it will finally offer some closure to everyone who fell victim to these heinous actions. FBI intelligence analyst, Grace Ashcroft. Holy shit. What a file. What an absolute file. Wait, what if the guy from the village can be cured? What guy from the village? You mean Ethan? I don't know how to tell you this, dude, but I think you should play Resi 8. I think you should play Resi 8, dude.